Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. We have some new DLC rumors to take a look at for the Generation 9 games. We have Detective Pikachu 2 information and then a few other bits and bobs to go over for Pokemon just as a whole. So quite a lot of stuff to talk about today. If you're excited for the video though, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the latest DLC rumors for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. This one goes into detail about how Glimmora could be related to the third legendary, and it takes into account the whole Riddler-Coup kind of phrase leak that he posted like a few days ago or something, where Soul Silver Art was saying, lastly, on this tangent, is this connection to a lotus, and maybe lotus is even the code name, symbol of the universe itself passing from the abstract to tangible reality. Thousand-petaled lotus sounds a lot like a legendary that turns imagination to reality. So that's kind of the idea, and then we're also relating Glimmora to this. So we have Soul Silver Art saying, part 2 theory, Glimmora is a lotus linked to Terra Jewels, the third legendary. Who has Glimmora has an ace? Gita. Where does Gita's name and look originate from? India. What are primary religions in India? Hinduism and Buddhism. And look at what Gita says in battle. Does it sound familiar? So obviously this was the lotus thing, saying in India the Hindus hold the lotus seed to be especially sacred because the seed contains perfectly formed leaves, providing a complete template for the adult plant. This is believed to be divine form passing from the abstract into tangible reality. The 8-petaled lotus used in Buddhist mandalas speaks to cosmic harmony. The 1,000-petaled lotus represents spiritual illumination. And then we have Gita here saying, be the light that guides all trainers, Glimmora. And then also Gita is an Indian feminine given name, and it's also a sacred song or a poem. And then we have Glimmora's Pokedex entries here saying when this Pokemon detects danger, it will open up its crystalline petals and fire beams from its conical body. And then Glimmora's petals are made of crystallized poison energy. It has recently become evident that these petals resemble Terra Jewels. So yeah, there are a few kind of bits of evidence that point towards this being an actual thing. And then Soul Silver are saying basically the connections and full circle nature to all of this is insane. The Mount Kailash, Spiritual Mount Meru, World Turtle, Crystals, India, China, Hinduism, Buddhism, Lotus, Glimmora, Gita, Area Zero, third legendary, the center core of the earth, different levels / realms. More on Glimmora too. So what if Glimmora is the third legendary? Maybe the third legendary is a paradox of Glimmora or an alternative form or evolution. Maybe Glimmora are parts of the third legendary or extensions of it. Just wild theories, but the little crystal eyes behind the glass got me thinking. And again, Glimmora does like literally stick itself to the different walls in Area Zero, so it's clearly attracted to something in Area Zero, and if that is something to do with the third legendary, that would be the reason why it would, I guess, be attracted to the walls, because Area Zero as a whole could literally be the third legendary, and then maybe that's why it kind of just keeps attaching itself to the walls and stuff. In the end, I don't know what any of this means, but there's clear connections, even if it's just design inspirations, but it may be to tie into the DLC packs if the code name is anything truly related to this. And then also we have Giz here, parody account, saying about this, Diancie is in the game as transfer only, and also Carbink, the only non-legendary / mythical non-starter to make the list. I think that's very deliberate to make the parallel between the relationship Carbink and Diancie has with Glimmora and the third legendary. So that could also be something. And then also we have Oxy Games saying there's a description in one of your shorts that says 1,000 petals. I believe you got to a point here. I always had any suspicions about Gita and Larry without a thorough is her minion. Third legendary will be poison. Probably Glimmora is like a dub product of the third legendary. Because again, if the third legendary does create things from its imagination, which again could be how Paradox Pokemon are formed, how Paradox Pokemon are formed, why couldn't the third legendary also imagine people as well? Like, if they can create Paradox Pokemon, they can call it, like, they can surely create like Paradox people. So maybe Gita is a thing that is a person that has been created by the third legendary, and again, which is why she has a Glimmora and stuff like that. There's so many links to her in the third legendary and to her to being evil and stuff like that. And remember one of the phrases she does say is like, this is close to the perfect world that I envisioned or something, which is quite an evil thing to say, I guess, in terms of Pokemon. Usually when someone's saying that, it's the antagonist. So maybe again it's the third legendary kind of using her as some sort of like puppet or something, and I don't know, maybe it can't move out of Area Zero, and that's why he's kind of created Nemona to Geeta to try and kind of, I don't know, be his eyes on outside of Area Zero. Just kind of theories at the moment, and things that potentially, again, could mean nothing, but very, very interesting nonetheless anyway. But anyway, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think Glimmora is connected to the third legendary? Especially if the third legendary turns out to be like a poison type or something. That would even like make it even more realistic and stuff. Anyway, let's move on to the Detective Pikachu 2 information. So this was tweeted out by, posted by Nintendo Everything, saying Legendary Entertainment says Detective Pikachu 2 is still in the works. So it says, if a brief statement from Legendary Entertainment is to be believed, the Detective Pikachu 2 movie hasn't been cancelled and is still on the way. A representative told Polygon that it's still in active development. So they are actually making a second Detective Pikachu 2 movie. Now, I'm not talking about the game here, which again, they are also apparently supposed to be making. I mean, it was revealed in May. But the Detective Pikachu 2 movie was actually never revealed, but apparently it is in active development. However, the Pokemon Company did not indicate who is currently working on the project when asked for a comment. Detective Pikachu 2 was originally announced in 2019, even before the release of the first one. Oren Uziel, who wrote 22 Jump Street and a draft of Sonic the Hedgehog, also wrote an outline and screenplay for the film, and representatives say he's no longer involved. Benji Samit and Dan Hernandez, writers for the original Detective Pikachu, have also suggested they're not on it. So it could have like a complete change of, I guess, story and everything. I'm sure that Ryan Reynolds would still voice Pikachu and stuff, but yeah, like a lot of the writers and stuff won't be working on the second one. So does that mean it's not going to be as successful? We'll have to wait and see. Something that went slightly under the radar was some brief comments from actor Justice Smith in 2021. Smith played Tim Goodman in the first Detective Pikachu, but told Inverse that he didn't think the sequel would happen despite hoping it would. The Detective Pikachu 2 movie isn't the only piece of Pokemon media that's been missing in action. A sequel to the 3DS game was announced for Switch during the Pokemon 29 press conference, but has not been mentioned since. The Pokemon Company still has not made any official comments regarding its status. Due to the lack of news, it's understandable that some are worried that Detective Pikachu 2 has been cancelled. We still don't have any substantial updates, but we'll let you know if anything else comes to light. So again, we've had recently we've had quite a few tidbits of evidence and information about past projects which seemingly were cancelled but are now back. Like we had the Pokemon Sleep patents not too long ago. We've now had Detective Pikachu 2 information, and then also about the game as well. Like the game is most likely going to be coming out this year. We had a job role, I think, where someone basically said they were working on Detective Pikachu 2, which is out soon. So that kind of made us believe that that's probably going to get announced on Pokemon Day this year, which again is quite likely. But yeah, Pokemon Sleep also had that, and now we've got this movie as well. Like loads of these bits of information from previous kind of announcements are now coming to light, like 4 years, 5 years later. But either way, that's the Detective. It's so hard to say. That's the Detective Pikachu 2 stuff. So let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think we are going to see another movie, or do you not? I'd like to see another one for sure. I thought the first one was really good. So yeah, definitely love to see another one. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think this would get announced on Pokemon Day. I don't think it's anything like that. It would just get announced like on its own. Anyway, moving on, we have some more Dream World promo artwork for some Generation 9 Pokemon. This was tweeted out by Soul Silver Art saying, found a bunch of new Dream World / promo / merch artwork. So many different versions of these same Pokemon, especially the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet starters. I think this is the first time we have them all sitting together, which is my favorite. Also, Graphite is very different, linked to them all. So this is all the new Dream World arts. We have Pikachu there, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Quaxly, we have Pawmi there, we have Lechonk, Smoliv, Fido, we have Grafaiai, which again is, I guess, more of a skunk sort of pose, even though it's not a skunk, but either way. We've got Koraidon here, we've got Miraidon, we've got new Eevee artwork, Scizor, God of War, we have Altaria, Lucario, Hydreigon, Mimikyu, and then obviously the starters. And then, yeah, some more kind of early route Pokemon. So unfortunately, there's not any Pokemon here that aren't already in the game. Because I guess if we've got like new Dream World art for, I don't know, trying to think of a Pokemon, like a Superior, I guess, then it'd lead us to believe that potentially we could be getting that in the DLC. But unfortunately, you know, Scizor, Gardevoir, Altaria, Lucario, Hydreigon, Mimikyu, all of these evolution lines are already in the game, which is a little bit unfortunate, but either way, some cool artwork nonetheless. Again, always cool to see like updates and stuff. But anyway, that is going to be everything for today's video. Oh, there's some more here as well, actually. We've got Sprigatito, Lechonk, Fuecoco, Pawmi, Quaxly, and Smoliv. Yeah, so just a little bit more there. Anyway, as I said, that is everything for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Really does help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we covered in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.